One of my favorite activities is to explore old abandoned buildings. I've seen quite a few things. I've seen quite a few strange things during these trips, but one experience still creeps me out to this day. A few years ago, I found a long forgotten water refinery through the help of an online exploration community on Google Earth. Although it's stupid, I always go to places for the first time alone, partly for the thrill and partly because if something bad were to happen, I would feel terrible having brought someone else into that situation. So I made plans to head there the next day after my classes let out. The day of the trip, I packed up my camera and water bottle and set out following my hand-drawn map, the downside of not having a printer. After an hour or two of biking, I finally arrived at the place, which luckily had an old bike path dead ending just past it. It was completely overtaken by vegetation with trees growing up, though, and around the buildings. Not to mention that the actual buildings were just dense and deteriorating, with paint peeling off every wall and ceiling. I took my time searching each of the buildings, looking around for anything interesting. I found hundreds of broken windows, weird broken spears, and some kind of giant oven. After an hour or two of successful exploring, I decided to head off happy with an SD card full of pictures. Soon after I put my bike back out through the hole in the fence, I entered and started biking away. I remembered there was one last shot I wanted to get. I'm pretty insistent on getting the shot I want, and I did not know if I could ever come back, so I decided to just tough it out, ride back, and take the picture. As I was going back, I saw a lone man dressed in old clothes walking down the bike trail away from the dead end. I thought it was kind of strange path for someone to take a walk on, and something in me said, "Don't let him see you go in there." I biked past him and gave him a slight head nod and figured I'd bike all the way to the end of the trail, turn around, and by the time I got back, he'd be long gone. Have I continued in the opposite direction? I literally taken my time get to get to the end and turn around, and as I head back through the hole in the fence, I see him there staring at me and walking back to the dead end from which he came. He had a happy look on his face, but it wasn't kind of happiness that made me feel at ease in any way. The man, the man was scary. The man looked high, he looked drunk. The best way I could describe it is he looked like he had just been told a very dirty joke and was trying to contain it. I knew I had to do something as I was literally trapped between him and the dead end. I decided to play it cool once more, but be ready to drop everything and run if things go hairy. As I get closer and closer to him, I can feel his facial expressions clearer, and it's not someone I want to be in the same state with, let alone the same bike path. I'm suddenly cursing myself for going back from one picture as I slowly get closer. Finally, I'm about 20 feet away from him, he calls out, "I sure would like a ride. It's so hot out. Mind if I jump on?" As soon as I hear this, I realize this is no longer my brain falsely inter- interrupting something as creepy as this. I picked up speed and rushed past him, putting as much space between us as I can. I now look behind me and see that he's once again turned around and following me. At this point, I bolt, sprinting down the bike path back onto the road. Interestingly, I stopped at a nearby gas station on my way home to get a refill on my Gatorade. I see it kept on telling him I just rode down the old bike path by the park. He looked at me sort of strange as to why a person would ride out there, or at least that was what I guessed from behind his sunglasses. And he told me he did not recommend people going there, especially alone, as shady characters like to hang out there. I wish I could say I stayed away, but I went back one other time with a girl, not a completely different, but almost as creepy experience. Now, I'm never going on that bike path. Never. The man still scares me. I don't ever go down there alone. But when I sleep, I still think about him. This story happened a year ago. I was living with my then boyfriend, now fiance. Anyways, we lived in a town close in the suburbs. Pretty safe area. There had been some robberies a couple of blocks away, but they were not common. And I felt pretty safe walking home alone at night. So one weekend, my boyfriend's brother Marshall and his girlfriend Amy and her brother Curtis were visiting. We were all just gonna chill, have a couple drinks, play video games, and relax. My boyfriend had his LSATs, and after months of hard studying, he wanted to just relax before the exam. Unfortunately, I ended up getting very sick. It was the worst flu I ever had in my life. Extremely high fever, 1 degree higher, and I had to go to the hospital. Nausea, headache, body aches, and all that stuff. I remember when I was sleeping on my back, and in deep sleep, I gradually opened my eyes and thought I saw a figure move across my room. I was so heavily medicated and so sick I didn't even fully understand what had happened and what that meant. Like I saw the figure, but it did not connect in my brain that I may have seen someone, and since it was pretty dark in the room, I think part of me just thought it was the TV. Finally, at around 7 p.m., everyone came back. They were loud. Amy, my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend, was very tipsy. And she's very fun and cool when she's drunk, so there's a lot of laughter. My boyfriend came to check on me. He brought me soup. He sat and talked about his day as I ate it. I asked him to look in the basket under the bed to get the new bottle of aspirin. We had a full-size bag. I had one small basket under the bed where I kept extra pill bottles, toothbrushes, shaving cream, and stuff like that. I did not know it right away, but thank God he looked under the bed. He put his head up and handed me the aspirin, but his face was bizarre changed. Like he lost all the color from his face. I did not think much of it. Said thank you. See, come on, I'm gonna take you to the bathroom. He never said this. I was kind of out of it, but I remember picking up on it. I told him no, I really did not have to pee, and I did not feel like getting up. He said, no, let's go. I don't want to have to climb back up the stairs just 'cause you need to pee in 10 minutes. I remember feeling pretty hurt by his words, but he knew he was right, since I had soup and half a bottle of water. He wanted me downstairs, and I couldn't understand why we did not just go to the bathroom upstairs. I think I was so sick I just felt too exhausted to question. He sat me down on the couch. What's going on? He said. I practically whispered. This was told, although in my head it sounded loud. He took out his phone and his hand was shaking. I asked what was wrong, and I would never forget how my heart sunk, and I felt like I could not breathe when he whispered, there was someone under the bed. Amy laughed, so I laughed thinking it was a prank, but it felt serious. My boyfriend begged us we get out of the house, so we did. As we were leaving, we heard a thud upstairs. We quickly left and drove away, then called the police. The police came and searched the house, but they did not find anyone. He must have known we just lived it. He was there and left. My boyfriend could not get any description, only that he saw sneakers, but it was so dark he really could not see. The scariest thing that still leaves me on edge is that the police find a knife under the bed. It was a small steak knife, but very dull and rusty. I'm not really sure how he got into our place, but I have some theories. I'm really proud of how my boyfriend handled everything. I just hope I never see this person again. Ever.